Title: NFL slaps players with timeout for rule-breaking bets. Fourth culprit gets off easy. TLDR. In a surprise twist, the NFL suspends 3 players indefinitely for playing fast and loose with the league's gambling policy. Another player scores a 6-game suspension, despite joining in the betting shenanigans. This raises the question, are the NFL's punitive measures consistent, or are they a roll of the dice? Full story. While some of us lose a few bucks on ill-advised blackjack hands, the stakes just got incredibly real for 3 NFL players who've been benched indefinitely for their gambling antics last season. One of them, Isaiah Rodgers Sr., former cornerback for the Indianapolis Colts, made a high-stakes bet that, unfortunately, didn't pay off. The Colts, in a swift decision, showed Rodgers the door. Rashad Berry and Demetrius Taylor also received indefinite suspensions for similar infractions. But hang on a second, why did Tennessee Titans right tackle Nicholas Petty-Frere only get a 6-game suspension for betting on non-NFL sports at the team's facility? And he can still participate in all of the team's off-season and pre-season activities. Petty-Frere, in a statement on social media, insists that his bets were legal under Tennessee law and that he simply didn't know he couldn't place bets at the team facility. Valid excuse or a cunning play? The NFL gambling policy prohibits players, coaches, team officials, and all league personnel from betting on NFL games, placing bets at team facilities, team hotels, or having someone else place a bet for them. But as more states legalize sports betting and wagering becomes increasingly accessible, violations seem to be multiplying like rabbits in springtime. In the past year alone, at least 10 players have been suspended for breaching the gambling policy, including 5 players who were suspended just in April. Former Atlanta Falcons receiver Calvin Ridley was also suspended for the entire 2022 season but was later reinstated in March and now plays for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, a significant chunk of the NFL's 17,000 employees are getting a stern talking to about their gambling policy. At the same time, it appears that some players are getting harsher penalties than others, leading us to wonder, what's up with that? Is there a double standard at play here? Is the punishment decided by a roll of the dice? Former NFL quarterback and current broadcaster, Boomer Esiason, thinks the "I didn't know" excuse doesn't cut it. He maintains that it's on the player to uphold the integrity of the league. But aren't the league's policies supposed to be clear, unequivocal, and consistently enforced? Certainly, there are lessons to be learned, both for players who thought they could play both the field and the odds, and for the NFL, which may need to review its penalty system. Perhaps we can all agree that betting against the house, or the league, in this case, is a gamble that doesn't often pay off. So what do you think, readers? Should the NFL reconsider its betting penalties, or are these suspensions a fair price to pay for trying to beat the system? Can the NFL improve its education about the gambling policy to prevent further infractions? Or is this just another case of rule breakers crying foul when they get caught? Olive skin,